Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we are going to go ahead and hop into this story event right here. This is the Son Goku and Rivals Super Warrior Memorial right here. So what they ended up doing for this stage is they just added like a second fight for all these like sort of like rival characters. Piccolo, Vegeta, 17, 18, and Nova. I was wondering if perhaps they would, you know, do like Hit or Beerus or those types of characters, but both of the story events had the same structure, which is just, you know, stages 5, 6, 7, and 8 was kind of like a second rendition of some of these characters. Although, like the Yamcha stage in the Son Goku and Friends story event, it kind of didn't make a ton of sense. So what they added here was a new support memory. This Goku and Piccolo support memory. This is Piccolo's encouragement is what this is called. So I do actually really like support memories in Dokkan. I do think that they are really rather fun. Certainly, I guess it's a bit of a shame that there's not a free-to-play character right here. I saw people upset that, as of right now, I mean, there's still, what, 3.5 weeks of the anniversary left. People have been upset that there's 2 free-to-play units this year as opposed to 3 like we typically get. Although I guess we had 4 with the 6th anniversary, and they were all... The 6th anniversary free-to-play characters were just so incredibly good. But remember, the 7th anniversary, I mean, people, you know, have very short-term memory. But the free-to-play units were far and away the worst thing about the 7th anniversary easily. It was terrible, awful, absolutely horrendous, right? The free-to-play characters. So, hopefully... we can get a 3rd free-to-play character. I mean, I do like the support memory, but I guess it, you know, it would be nice to have another free-to-play character as well. I'm sure there's going to be still a lot of events to come, though, for sure. And Worthy Rivals is still the increased drop rate bonus. One thing is, if they are going to push a lot of, like, support memories, I do wish they would make them a bit better, right? Like, some of them certainly can be usable, but I think that this Piccolo's encouragement one is a perfect example of a support memory that maybe is not quite crazy enough, right? Okay, so this is where Piccolo dies, right? Like Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Baby. By the way, they can do so much from like the Baby saga, like the ending fight with Baby on his planet that he creates from the Black Star Dragon Balls. You guys have no... Dude, they can pull multiple Dokkan Fests or LRs from Baby. I think Majub could get a Dokkan Fest. I think we could probably get like a Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku Dokkan Fest, I think would be good. We could get like a Super Saiyan 4 Goku Dokkan Fest, right? Like there's a lot of stuff they could do from the Baby saga that I think would be fun. As of right now, you know what? I should pull this up. Super Baby 2 only has 1 named character, and it's only the SSR for the int Grade 8 Baby. It's crazy. So I'm hoping that we get a Dokkan Fest Super Baby 2. Or I guess it could even be, you know, Super Baby 1 or something like that. But Piccolo gives Goku energy so he could, you know, instant transmission away, you know, the last survivors on the planet. And then Piccolo stays behind and dies in the explosion. This right here, Piccolo and Gohan, this is one of the best scenes by far. They gotta get this in the game too. I mean, this might end up being a support memory, but this would be incredible as like some character animation or something like that. Like, I don't know what type of character it would be, but this scene goes so hard. Piccolo's death in GT. So, that would definitely, again, be very, very cool to see added into Dokkan at some point. You know, I say it every time, but there's still a lot that they could take, man. There's so many different like resources that they have to pull up some good stuff. Okay, so let me just quickly show this real fast before we move on to the next stage. This, of course, is the stage where we grind up the new support memory. The new support memory really is not that impressive. We'll show that, and then I'll show the Baby thing. So, like, see, this is a support memory. Just all allies 3 key. If there's a Savior category ally when HP is 59% or lower, this could help if you have a full LR team, but that's not really... I want stats, too. And then this is crazy, right? Like, this guy, you easily give him an easy A, when Baby gets his Dokkan Fest, and they're probably cooking, right? Like, I think God Goku is pretty good, the EZA LR God Goku. I mean, you guys know I think very highly upon dodge, because it's just like, the way these difficult bosses are these days, they, can just one-shot you. Like, that's the thing. They just blow you off the field. Well, God Goku could, 50% chance to dodge. Some of these yellow coin LR EZAs have been decent. And I do think that, they can make Baby pretty good, if like, the Dokkan Fest Baby is sufficiently powerful. All right, so now we're doing this. This is against Super 17. Now, this Kid Goku right here, yeah, there's still so much they could use from GT especially, huh? So, this fight right here, we definitely could get 17 and Hellfighter 17 that fuse into Super 17. That would be a great Dokkan Fest, I think, for sure. And that could be a character that could buff GT bosses, and hopefully this would be a Super 17 that actually has big bad bosses. There are Super 17s in the game that have big bad bosses, by the way. It's not the Dokkan Fest or the summonable LR, but, these, like, the summonable SR versions that have got it, right? But unfortunately, I thought this Kid Goku right here really could have carried an LR. The way they beat Super 17, right? Android 18 is shooting him and peppering him with Ki Blasts, and then Goku hits him with the Dragon Fist. They use that for the 8th anniversary LR, actually. Wow, that was good. We had no Ki available to us. We had the worst field of orbs. Typically, I feel like you'll see different types of events have different, like, difficulties in terms of, like the way they spawn orbs is different. I've always noticed this. Like, Super Battle Road is much more unforgiving with Ki Spheres compared to, like, Dokkan events or story events or something. Like, you guys, if you start paying attention, you'll notice that, right? Like the whatever formula they use for Ki Spheres, it is different in, like, some of these stages compared to, like, story events, stuff like that. But yeah, this was in the 8th anniversary LR, right? At Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta doing the Ki Blast, and then Goku does the Dragon Fist. But I guess they could still do that as a summonable LR. Because actually, speaking of base GT Goku, there is really nothing there, right? Like, that's not like some super powerful character, right? Like, base GT Goku, the only one that even comes to mind is the free-to-play Universal Spirit Bomb Goku that we got during the 4th anniversary, right? Like, that's the only, like, actual kind of, like, major one I could think of. Let me go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. Okay, the wiki crashed for me. Thank you. Love that. Damn it. I just want to see, because I know that there's, like, a World Tournament, like, SR free-to-play card as well. But, like, they've never returned that, right? It was just, like, an SR. Yeah, so there's that. There's, of course, that STR Dragon Fist base Kid Goku as well. He could get his EZA. He would get his sub-EZA from the Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then there's also the Dragon Ball GT Goku intro, right? Remember, for the anime's 30th anniversary, they created characters off of all the intros, right? Lately, they've been making LRs off of that, because Goku, Trunks, and Pan, they're from the Dragon Ball GT intro, right? And they were a summonable LR during the 4th anniversary. I think We Gotta Power, right? The LR Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, that was a free-to-play LR from the 7th anniversary. And now we know as part of the 8th anniversary, we have the openings for Head Shala, the Dragon Ball Z opening, and then the Dragon Ball Kai opening. So what is left? I guess we still need to get, like, LRs from the Dragon Ball Super openings. Oh, dude, the Tournament of Power intro one would be actually fire. People are pretty upset that the 8th anniversary LRs are based on the intros. I think, especially, I mean, I've seen people say that Kid Gohan is the most undeserving anniversary unit ever, but I far disagree with that. And I actually think his is going to be really good, because he's based off of Dragon Ball Z. So I think many people are going to have heavy nostalgia for that, and it's actually going to be a very successful release. It's the Goku, who is based on the Kai opening, who I think might be a little bit more iffy, right, is sort of what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think what other openings. I guess, there's the original Dragon Ball opening as well that they could do. And then that's pretty much it. I guess there's, when Dragon Ball Super returns, of course, Dragon Ball Super has to be returning sometime soon, right? And then when it does, the new opening will get one. But yeah, it's clear that they've been doing LRs based off of all the openings, right? I feel like Goku, Trunks, and Pan was received very well during the 4th anniversary. Maybe it's starting to get a little bit fuzzy because that was so many years ago, but if you guys remember, that was the first celebration where there was another, like, LR banner. And the 4th anniversary, that was also the first time they did one of those live streams where they announced that there was going to be another LR banner. And it was, like, very, very surprising. And then it was based off of that opening, which I thought was a great LR. Okay, so now we're fighting Omega. So this is the Vegeta stage. So the last stage was based off of Nova, like the second Nova stage. This is the Vegeta stage. I do like how they implemented all these guys right here for that 8th anniversary LR. I still would kind of like to see a bunch of these characters released just as, like, banner units and stuff like that. Like, we don't have, like, a usable GT Super Saiyan Goten. The only version of him is the baby possessed one, right? Or, like, you know, Super Saiyan Gohan GT, right? Like, Gohan and Goten from this arc, they need, I think, to be usable characters. It's cool that they're part of this 8th anniversary LR, but I do think they could also make them, you know, part of the something else too. And we now have a precedent too, where you know they'll slightly redo and remix animations. LR Bobbity has 2 animations in particular I can think of that again are slightly remixed. There's the physical banner unit Deborah. His super attack is in LR free-to-play Bobbity. And then the Majin Vegeta finishing attack is taken from a support memory as well. So it's like we will see them utilize some of these animations in different ways, which I do think is a really, really good thing. Okay, so here's this. By the way, Omega, of course, needs an LR. Every single villain we did from the second half of this story event, all of it needs LRs, right? Omega, well, I mean, I guess Super 17 and LR, whatever, but it's like a Dokkan Fest. He really needs that double 17, that fuse in a Super 17. That would be fire. Baby, I think, is one of the most deserving characters in the game at this point to get a Dokkan Fest. I think, like, Baby, God Goku, Demon King Piccolo, Piccolo Jr. from the World Tournament. Just off the top of my head, those are, I think, some of the most deserving characters that don't yet have a Dokkan Fest, right? You know, maybe you could make the case that, like, I don't know, like Super 7, that did look kind of goofy. Maybe you can make the case that, like, Super 17 badly needs one, because his hasn't been updated in 6 years, right? But he still has a Dokkan event, whereas Baby doesn't. Demon King Piccolo not having a Dokkan Fest is, I would probably put that as my #1 most egregious one, is Demon King Piccolo. I think a lot of people would say God Goku, and I think it's definitely time for God Goku, right? He gets his flowers soon for sure. But my pick is Demon King Piccolo as, like, brah. Oh, hey, look! Yeah, his gi! I gotta do a video on that support item, man. I like to do videos and everything. The last 2 support items I forgot to do videos on. That one. Oh, hey! And then there's also the, whatchamacallit? The little robot from the Cooler Celebration I'm still gonna cover. You know, when we talk about the free-to-play characters from this anniversary, I do forget about this. I mean, this is a 7th anniversary character right here. On Global, they came out way earlier, but this is a 7th anniversary character. It is. So for the 7th anniversary, we had 2 free-to-play LRs and 2 free-to-play TURs. Although they all sucked. It's like Goku and Chi-Chi had their active skill, which you could do shenanigans with, but that's the only redeemable thing. The rest of them are just nothing, right? So, there we go. There is the new stages to the story event. We'll see if anything gets added. I do like that there's 2 support memories from this stage, but I probably would say I'd like for them to do more. Let me just quickly finish up the Piccolo support memory grind, and we will be right back. Alright, there we go. So we got the support memory completed. Not a bad grind at all. I mean, auto makes all these grinds really painless. It just takes a couple of minutes to get these done. So we went ahead and got that support memory. I guess let's just go ahead and accept all of the missions, and then that will finish the video. These were the new stages for this second story event here during the 8th anniversary. Perfect. Okay, so there is still one mission left for the story event, and that's to actually use the Goku and Piccolo support memory. So that'll be our next video. So let me know what you guys think about the couple of story events that we have in the 8th anniversary. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.